Professional career rise to stardom. Tyson made his professional debut as an 18-year-old on March 6, 1985, in Albany, New York. He defeated Hector Mercedes via first-round TKO. 26. He had 15 bouts in his first year as a professional. Fighting frequently, Tyson won 26 of his first 28 fights by KO or TKO. 16 of those came in the first round. 37. The quality of his opponents gradually increased to journeyman fighters and borderline contenders. 37. Like James Tillis, David Yako, Jesse Ferguson, Mitch Green, and Marvis Frazier. His win streak attracted media attention and Tyson was billed as the next great heavyweight champion. D'Amato died in November 1985, relatively early into Tyson's professional career, and some speculate that his death was the catalyst to many of the troubles Tyson was to experience as his life and career progressed. 38. Tyson's first nationally televised bout took place on February 16, 1986, at Houston Fieldhouse in Troy, New York, against journeyman heavyweight Jesse Ferguson, and was carried by ABC Sports. Tyson knocked down Ferguson with an uppercut in the fifth round that broke Ferguson's nose. 39. During the sixth round, Ferguson began to hold and clinch Tyson in an apparent attempt to avoid further punishment. After admonishing Ferguson several times to obey his commands to box, the referee finally stopped the fight near the middle of the sixth round. The fight was initially ruled a win for Tyson by disqualification (DQ) of his opponent. The ruling was adjusted to a win by technical knockout (TKO) after Tyson's corner protested that a DQ win would end Tyson's string of knockout victories, and that a knockout would have been the inevitable result. In July, after recording 6 more knockout victories, Tyson fought former world title challenger Marvis Frazier in Glens Falls, New York, on another ABC Sports broadcast. Tyson won easily, charging at Frazier at the opening bell and hitting him with an uppercut that knocked Frazier unconscious 30 seconds into the fight. On November 22, 1986, Tyson was given his first title fight against Trevor Berbick for the World Boxing Council WBC Heavyweight Championship. Tyson won the title by TKO in the second round, and at the age of 20 years and 4 months became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. 40. He added the WBA and IBF titles after defeating James Smith and Tony Tucker in 1987. Tyson's dominant performance brought many accolades. Donald Saunders wrote, "The noble and manly art of boxing can at least cease worrying about its immediate future, now that it has discovered a heavyweight champion fit to stand alongside Dempsey, Tunney, Lewis, Marciano, and Ali." 41. Tyson intimidated fighters with his strength, combined with outstanding hand speed, accuracy, coordination and timing. 42. Tyson also possessed notable defensive abilities, holding his hands high in the peekaboo style taught by his mentor Cus D'Amato, 43-44, to slip under and weave around his opponent's punches while timing his own. 44. Tyson's explosive punching technique was due in large part to crouching immediately prior to throwing a hook or an uppercut. This allowed the spring of his legs to add power to the punch. 45. Among his signature moves was a right hook to his opponent's body followed by a right uppercut to his opponent's chin. Lorenzo Boyd, Jesse Ferguson and Jose Ribalta were each knocked down by this combination. Citation needed. Undisputed champion. Expectations for Tyson were extremely high, and he was the favorite to win the Heavyweight Unification Series, a tournament designed to establish an undisputed heavyweight champion. Tyson defended his title against James Smith on March 7, 1987, in Las Vegas, Nevada. He won by unanimous decision and added Smith's World Boxing Association (WBA) title to his existing belt. 46. Tyson mania. In the media was becoming rampant. 47. He beat Pinklon Thomas in May by TKO in the 6th round. 48. On August 1 he took the International Boxing Federation (IBF) title from Tony Tucker in a 12-round unanimous decision, 119-111, 118-113, and 116-112. 49. He became the first heavyweight to own all three major belts, WBA, WBC, and IBF, at the same time. Another fight, in October of that year, ended with a victory for Tyson over 1984 Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist Tyrell Biggs by TKO in the 7th round. 50. During this time, Tyson came to the attention of gaming company Nintendo. After witnessing one of Tyson's fights, Nintendo of America president Minoru Arakawa was impressed by the fighter's power and skill, prompting him to suggest Tyson be included in the upcoming Nintendo Entertainment System port of the Punch-Out! Arcade game. In 1987, Nintendo released Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, which was well received and sold more than 1 million copies. 51. Tyson had 3 fights in 1988. He faced Larry Holmes on January 22, 1988, and defeated the legendary former champion by KO in the 4th round. 52. This knockout loss was the only loss Holmes had in 75 professional bouts. In March, Tyson then fought contender Tony Tubbs in Tokyo, Japan, fitting in an easy 2nd-round TKO victory amid promotional and marketing work. 53. On June 27, 1988, Tyson faced Michael Spinks. Spinks, who had taken the heavyweight championship from Larry Holmes via 15-round decision in 1985, had not lost his title in the ring but was not recognized as champion by the major boxing organizations. Holmes had previously given up all but the IBF title, and that was eventually stripped from Spinks after he elected to fight Jerry Cooney, winning by TKO in the 5th round rather than IBF number 1 contender Tony Tucker, as the Cooney fight provided him a larger purse. However, Spinks did become the lineal champion by beating Holmes, and many, including Ring Magazine, considered him to have a legitimate claim to being the true heavyweight champion. 54. The bout was, at the time, the richest fight in history and expectations were very high. Boxing pundits were predicting a titanic battle of styles, with Tyson's aggressive infighting conflicting with Spinks's skillful outboxing and footwork. The fight ended after 91 seconds when Tyson knocked Spinks out in the 1st round. Many consider this to be the pinnacle of Tyson's fame and boxing ability. 55-56.